Well, folks, no intro today. Looks like I can't even say the word. Jeez. Tales of the Shire is 250% cooked.
Reference, and Tales of the Shire categorically belongs on that list. As we talked about last week, we now have proof that Tales of the Shire is a Sweet Baby Inc. game. It was consulted on by that dog water company, meaning we can expect two things from it. First of all, the game is going to suck. And second of all, it is going to flop. Last year we saw several games from Sweet Baby Inc. which flopped. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, Tales of Kenzaria Zhao, Flintlock the Siege of Dawn, Capes, Unknown 9 Awakening. This year, thus far, unless there's something else that I'm forgetting.
Okay, I don't know if Dr. Disaster is going to mention this, but there is Directive 8020, even though it's not tied to Sweet Baby Inc. yet, because the only evidence I have for that is that the consultancy firm, Supermassive Games, was partnered with, you guessed it, Outmaking Games, the one that censored GTA 5 Enhanced Edition. But that's it. I think Kyle made a video on it. I don't know. I need to check his video just to be on the safe side. I'll do it after we finish this video.
But this year we have only seen South of Midnight as a Sweet Baby Inc. release, and that game also flopped. But this is likely because Sweet Baby and their clients have gone into hiding. They realize that everything they work on gets mocked by gamers who can't stand what they do to the industry. But thanks to this detective work here, done by Master of the TDS, we see in the LinkedIn profile of a Sweet Baby employee that they did writing and sensitivity reading for Tales of the Shire. Why a cozy Hobbit game would need a sensitivity reading is freaking beyond me. Of course, in fairness, I think that all sensitivity readings are stupid as hell and a waste of funds and a waste of time. But now that we know that Sweet Baby Inc. is involved in this game, we can expect that the game will flounder. With that said, I recently reached out to my contacts in the retail world to see how well this game was selling. For anyone who doesn't know, I used to own my own store which sold video games, and I still have contacts with people in the industry. In fact, between them, the people I know have access to the sales data of nearly 50 retail locations in heavily trafficked areas.
Just a little side note, sometimes you can use retail as a means to track the digital. Even though it's not that viable, hey, you can at least tell what games will fail and what games will succeed. I'm 100% certain Stellar Blade, when it released on retail, it sells like hotcakes.
And they have been kind enough to provide me some of that info when I ask. Now, some of you may remember that when I talked about this game a few weeks ago, I said that at the time there were literally 0 copies of Tales of the Shire that had been pre-ordered. Well, that has changed, but it is still looking pretty damned grim for this game. We are just under 3 weeks removed from the planned release of Tales of the Shire, and in all of these retail stores combined, nearly 50 of them, they have sold a whopping 5 copies of the game. That is not in each store, mind you. That is 5 total.
Wow, 5 total? Okay, well, we still have about, what's that? It says July 29th, so it should be in, less than 2 weeks. So we got enough time. I mean, it could change either way. Let's hear what Dr. Disaster has to say.
Successful games like Space Marine 2 is an example. It is not uncommon for these stores to sell something in the neighborhood of 150 to 200 copies of a game in pre-orders. The really hot games can get even bigger than that. But even a game like Dragon Age the Veilguard, which flopped miserably, that sold almost 90 pre-orders before launch. Even Avowed, which was a huge bust, it was an Xbox exclusive whose physical copy version was actually just a digital code in a game box, but even that sold 15 pre-orders at this same time period of 3 weeks before its release.
Yeah, well, I don't think they're gonna worry about physical. They're trying to say, physical doesn't count. Something like that. Ooh, I think I just hit my head with a rock, folks. Important to note that, don't forget one thing, this is Tolkien's, okay? We seen what happened with, Rings of Power? I have to make an assumption that the people who made Tales of the Shire doesn't see the writing, or in this case, the failure of Season 2 Rings of Power. Or perhaps they are shilling for them. It could be either of those two.
Tales of the Shire simply has zero hype. And what is incredible to me is the fact that the game still cannot be pre-ordered on Steam. On Amazon, you can only find the Nintendo Switch version of it on their website.
Oh.
I don't know what the publisher is waiting on, but this is pretty unusual, and it still makes me think that they are leaving the back door open so that they can potentially push back the release date for this game. They've delayed it a few times already. It seems that Weta Workshop, the developers, are not at all fond of the scrutiny and mockery that they've been getting for the game. The trailers they put out have been crushed for their shitty graphics and for the modern audience.
Ironic, isn't it? When you attack the gamers. I mean, seriously, are you wokies or perhaps Weta Workshop are surprised that you're, I don't know, getting criticized? Remember, first, there's no such thing as the modern audience, okay? It's just the audience. And second of all, this is the reason why they say make a game for everybody is making a game for no one. And now you just made your own statement. Don't be surprised if people criticize you and say, oh, my fifis are hurt. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. Don't be surprised. I'm gonna bet Tales of the Shire will get either an 8 or a 9. Yeah, from IGN. It's probably gonna get a high score on Metacritics. I don't think anyone is shocked, or perhaps I think everybody here can see these things from a mile away. There are times where you need evidence to back it up. Like I said before, the Directive 8020, the only evidence I have for it is the fact that Supermassive Games partners with Outmaking Games, the one censored GTA 5 Enhanced Edition. Take a look with Superman. To be honest, at first when I look at the trailer before this, I had my skepticism. And then, just today, or about yesterday of course, the suspicion was proven correct and I knew something was fishy. I think these people, they're trying to wait until its release date and then inform it. But that's not even liable or a good marketing strategy. Gamers aren't a fool.
Slop. So, we will see what happens with it. If they actually end up releasing the game on July 29th or not, we'll see. But either way, it looks to be set to flop pretty hard. People don't care for Sweet Baby Inc., and we are sick of the commoditization of the Lord of the Rings franchise. It is no coincidence that before Christopher Tolkien died, and he was well known as a devoted son who was very careful about preserving the reputation of his father's work. But before he died, we got games like Shadows of Mordor, or the video game adaptations of the movies back during the PS2 and GameCube era. But as soon as he died a few years back, we started seeing shit like Gollum and now Tales of the Shire.
Yeah.
With Christopher now gone, it is up to the devoted fans to protect Tolkien's precious legacy.
I'm also going to help you guys. Remember, the movie tie-in of Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. And we're gonna be playing that on my first channel. Oh, no, wait, on this channel, okay? But first, before I do that, I'm probably gonna play Justice League Heroes first because, don't forget, I think it is today or tomorrow. I think it's today. James Gunn's Superman has been released. And even that, oh, everybody's gonna, yeah, it's going to be bad news. And it's going to be kaput finito. So, after I'm done with Justice League, I'm gonna be putting Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King video game as a gaming let's play. Keep a lookout for that. And trust me, that is the best game you should be playing. If you want to see J.R.R. Tolkien's, J.R.R. Tolkien, rest in peace. We will always cherish your legacy and your movies, or in this case, your books, the stories that you made.
Well done, Griffin. Now we got this airfield secured, we can get a foothold on this island and start pushing the Japanese back. We're through retreating, lad. America's back in this war.
Leave a like and subscribe if you want woke or anti-woke detective, or if you want to see me play games. Visit my second, third, and fourth channel up here or link in the description.